not sure how this video is going to go. I am recording this on the day of me posting it. It is Friday, the 17th of November, and I'm posting this video literally after I record this. Because I have had a tough week. It's also welcome if you're new here. Hi. I saw that there were some new folks that subscribed. I really appreciate you being here, and welcome to my channel. We're going to be having a fun end of year experimenting with video content here. But yeah, I really wanted to make a video this week. I simply got my monthly cycle happened, and for me that's always a tough time because some of you guys might know, some of you might not. I have PMDD, which is basically PMS times 1,000. It is just all the PMS symptoms worsened and for a longer period that stay for a longer period of time. It is not fun, but it's something that I've been dealing with, and actually segues perfectly into this video that I want to make, which is about kind of my fitness journey, just letting you guys in on what was going on with me, and part of the reason why I did gain weight kind of during 2020 and into 2021. My mental health was declining, but I also was dealing with and had been dealing with for a long time PMDD. When I wanted to start tackling that, I was recommended to me by my doctor and my therapist to try two different things. One was to get on birth control to balance out my hormones, and the second was to get on some sort of antidepressant medicine. So I started those two things, but I think in hindsight it was a mistake to start them simultaneously. I had taken birth control in my teens, but then I stopped, and I think doing that along with the antidepressants was just too much at once for my body. Of course, this is just what I'm looking at, in hindsight, but it did cause a lot of my weight gain, just because it was such a big shift for my body to go through all of a sudden. And so I did wait out to finish. They recommend when you start antidepressants to at least try for a year, see if that does anything. It was a very low dose. I noticed that it didn't really do much in terms of my mental health, and it especially didn't help because I had gained more weight, which I wasn't really mad about because I'd never really been a voluptuous person in my life, and it was very, I liked it. I liked having more on me. But and I didn't want to shy away from doing my photos every week or every month that I was doing for Patreon, because I wanted to show that it's okay to go through changes. Everybody, I was going through changes, everybody goes through changes, and I really had to change only when I started noticing that I was having trouble in my mobility, and I was developing aches and pains throughout my body that were just kind of abnormal and that I wasn't used to and wasn't very much liking. So I ended up having to switch gears to get back into a sort of routine. Really, it was more for physical therapy purposes. And this was after, of course, I got off birth control and my antidepressant, because that clearly wasn't working. Not to my benefit in terms of my mental health, and it wasn't really curbing any of my PMDD symptoms. So once I got off all of that, I decided to start with a personal trainer to do 3 days a week of any sort of exercise, primarily with a focus on physical therapy to help with my, aches and pains. And one of my shoulders, this one, was experiencing pain throughout the day, and I didn't know why. I had a personal trainer who I FaceTimed with, a very cost-effective way, in case you're wondering and are looking for a personal trainer but can afford the in-person sessions. It does reduce costs a little bit, so it's worth it. And at least I work well in that format, and I think it works well for me. But yeah, I made a commitment to myself to work 3 times a week with my trainer, and to get into, just to develop the routine. I think it's also smart to do when you're in your 30s to develop something that is maintaining your body. Because as you age, you want to try to counteract that with a healthy routine of some kind that is maintaining muscle mass. It's good for bone mass, all that stuff. I want to say For the first year, I didn't notice any changes in my physical appearance, but I did notice that, you know, my pain in my shoulder went away. I had no more daily aches and pains showing up out of nowhere. I felt better, you know, I felt better in my body. And it was only until year 2 that I really started noticing changes in my body composition. Her programs were changing pretty much on a monthly basis. We started in the second year, I recall, doing more lifting to my max every time on all the exercise we were doing. So I think that really started shifting things for how I looked physically, which is really cool to see. And then also my energy levels changed completely, but it took a whole year and a half to really notice any changes there. And it really did change my view on working out. Prior to this, I would do jogging. That was one of my favorite things to do to work out. I would go to the gym, do a couple machines, do some treadmill. And I don't know that it went beyond that. I was very active in my day-to-day as well. So I think that helped in being a little younger too. But I hadn't set any sort of like specific goals when it came to, you know, lifting weights or, you know, exercises I wanted to be able to achieve and be able to do confidently. So yeah, I think this whole experience in my fitness journey, if you want to call it that, has been just recognizing the value in really setting up a routine that you just do no matter what. I think what people forget is, you know, when you do something daily for a long time, your brain starts to crave it and starts to want to do it because it's like a dopamine hit, you know, it's a challenge, it's a thing that you accomplish. And I think that really changed the game for me. And then the second year, I also experienced a change in my diet that I felt comfortable, like I could start doing. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm still doing it slightly less intense as I did before, but which is basically Whole30. So no dairy, no sugar, sweets, anything like that. No highly processed foods and no carbs, although you can have potatoes and sweet potatoes, which makes the whole thing way easier, I gotta say. And I wasn't very strict, you know, if I was out and let's say I was having some sort of meat dish or salad with a dressing, I wasn't picky about if it had dairy in it or not, or if it had some sort of sugar. Or I do a laxed Whole30, and that's what I did, and that really also kicked up my body comp quite a bit. So it's something I'm going to continue to do. It's part of my life now. I couldn't cheat my way into this, you know, I had to do it. I had to do it how it had to be me. Like there's no one who could take that away from me and say that I didn't do this. You know, I did it. I think that really does cover everything that I've done to get to this point. I'm not going to get into the details about how much I've lost because that's not really what matters. And I know some people, I don't want to be triggering to anyone out there who that might affect them. All right, I'm going to wish you all an amazing happy Friday, a great Thanksgiving weekend for those of you who celebrate, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Again, my commitment to myself, just like my fitness, is to make one video a week. I almost didn't cut it this week because of things that were happening, but I did it. So, and I could have made it easier on myself, but I really wanted to make this video. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great evening, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.